Yeah, I always love that intro from Kenny. Way to go, man. Thank you. Yeah, man. That's awesome.
Way to
Heck
go,
yeah.
Kenny. Tune in every Tuesday before trivia to Media Killers and Pro K every Tuesday, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Yeah, just laying down some sick beats, hanging out, having a good time. Always a good time. Thank you, Kenny, for that, as always. And as we get ready, we're getting ready for our next episode of the Trivia Tavern here in the studio. Now, in case you're first trivia, it is a competitive game where you're playing against everyone else watching online. Anybody that wants to tune in, you just got to scan that QR code, and you're going to get those points. Now, you get points faster you answer, the more points you get. So you want to try to get those answers in as fast as possible, and we're kicking off our first round of trivia in just over 8 minutes. Now, every round of trivia, whoever wins that round, we're going to give you a fun little title, a fun little goofy thing that you're going to be called for the rest of the show, maybe for the rest of your time here at the Trivia Tavern. And at the end of the night, too, whoever has the most points across all 5 rounds of trivia is going to be named our Trivia Traveler. So you also get to add up all your points. Maybe you don't win one of the rounds, but you can always stack up your points and try to become that first overall player. So we are getting set up with our first game of trivia kicking off. So if you guys haven't, scan that QR code, get set up. We've got trivia coming your way in just over 7 minutes.
Matt Damon.
Ha
You're killing me, Smalls.
%, of all people know that.
Yeah, you got it. All right, y'all, coming back to let you guys know we're kicking off the Trivia Tavern in just a little bit. Got a few more viewers coming in. Now, as you get set up, what you want to do is you want to scan that QR code so that way you can play trivia with us. We do trivia where we're going to have 10 questions per round. Each round, we're going to have questions that are going to mostly be multiple choice. The faster you get your answers in, the more points you get, and the most points at the end of every round. Well, you're going to get a fun little title, something we're going to call you for the rest of the show, and maybe the rest of the time you play here at the Trivia Tavern. For this round, our first round of trivia kicking off in 5 minutes. I call this round, There's No Business Like Snow Business. Yeah, because we have a bunch of questions all involving the word snow. Snow is going to appear somewhere in all of these questions. You know, we are blessed to live here in California, where we don't deal with real weather during the holidays. And for a lot of people, Thanksgiving means snow. So we're going to talk about some stuff snow related. Now, this is the part where I'd like to introduce who we have here. Let's start with the people on our couch joining us in the studio. Ricardo, make some noise. Who else we got joining us? Oh, we got some feedback. Hold on. Keep talking. All right, Ricardo, try again.
Hey,
there
how's
we
it
go.
going?
Going good. There we go.
Cristiano Funk,
Cristiano Funk in the house. Yeah.
Dustin / Langdon J.
Dustin/Langdon J.
And this Pro K right here.
And Pro K. Yeah, way to go, Pro K. So yeah, we're kicking it off in just a second. We got these guys in the studio, and as always, we're joined by the man who makes it all happen behind the keyboard. Let's give it up for Turbo.
And
Turbo.
I have my... Well, I don't
thought you
know
were
why
gonna say
it's doing that, but I'll
Jesus.
fix that. The mustache cam.
Mustache cam. Oh, right, Movember. Yeah. I just did No Shave November, but I had to I shaved when, if you guys were here for a Halloween episode, I was Pee-wee Herman, and so I had to shave all of this for that, and that's why I'm growing it back. All right, y'all. So we got trivia kicking off in just a little bit, in a few minutes. Go ahead and scan that QR code, get set up. We'll kick it off in just a second. I'll tell you more about this round in just a moment.
I did,
Check.
I did,
Check.
No taxes November. I just didn't pay any
No
taxes.
tax November.
Yeah, just no tax. I just didn't pay any of them. No.
There's got to be a lot of fun no something Novembers, right? I don't know. Maybe like no tax November. I can get on board with that. Like just like yeah. Ricardo said, I don't got to pay the extra 7 cents on this squishy right now. America, yeah. All right, y'all, kicking it off in just a minute. All right. We got everything figured out here in the studio. We are ready. We got 10 people watching now. We got 6 players. So if you haven't scanned that QR code, make sure to do so you can join us. Or you can also go to crowd.live and enter that code BNEVL. I think that's Benevil. Yeah, code BNEVL. Go to crowd.live and enter that code, or go ahead and scan that QR code. Now, if you haven't played these games before, these are games of speed trivia. The faster you answer, the more points you get. And you always want to make sure to be deliberate with those answers, because you can't change your answers. You don't want to get into a dreaded fat finger situation. It does happen.
The fingers you have used to dial are too fat.
Yes, want to avoid that because you can't change those answers. At the end of the round, we're going to declare a winner. For this one, this is all about things that are related to snow. No business like snow business. So whoever wins this round is going to be our snow globalist. Yeah, like a snow globe and a globalist.
Wow.
A snow globalist.
A snow globalist.
Yeah, it took me all afternoon to come up with that one. All right, y'all. So we're kicking off this round of trivia in just a second. Yeah, faster answers mean more points, and sometimes we'll have some questions that work a little differently, but I'll be sure to let you know when they get there. All right, y'all. We're kicking off our first round of trivia in less than 30 seconds. Now, again, if you haven't scanned that QR code, if you haven't played, you just want to try to stack up those points too, because across all 5 rounds, we're going to be adding up your points, and whoever has the most points at the end of the night will be our trivia traveler.
I think I figured out the wine.
Ah, okay, cool.
Why don't you turn that high end up again on number 2?
Got it.
Check. Okay.
Yep, it's gone. All right,
But
just
you could
in time.
Actually, just go back a little bit on that. We don't need that high end.
Okay, cool. I'll bring it back down.
Thanks.
One
Cool.
sec. All right, who do we got? Oh, yeah, shout out Media Killers. Let's get things going. We got Mitch Dodge in the chat. All right, now I got your first question for this round. And of course, we got Snow White in the question.
Shut up, Mitch Dodge.
Now, in 1937, Disney classic Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the evil queen tricks the princess into what kind of poisoned fruit? So I'm going to open up the answers. Now, the answers open up the fastest on the devices, so watch that. And your answers are available. Oh, let me make sure. There we go. Sorry. Now they're available. Is it apple, strawberry, pear, or orange? Once again, in 1937, Disney classic Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, The evil queen tricks the princess into what kind of poison fruit? Is that an apple,
40% of
strawberry,
all people know that.
pear, or orange? Yes, tell me if you know it. Maybe it's more than 40%. We've got 9 answers in so far. You got 10 more seconds to get them in.
40.
All right, we got those answers in. Let's see what you guys went with. All right, for this one, we had 89% of the answers for apple and 1 answer
damn.
for strawberry.
That was me.
Was that you,
me.
Ricardo?
Yeah.
Was that
I
Fat
don't know
Finger, or
why.
you just didn't remember
no,
what it
I
was?
was just like, I don't remember this. And then I was like, what's missing from this? Then it's strawberry.
Yep, strawberry. There you go. No, your correct answer was a poison apple. Yes, just
Darn
like
it.
that. Poison apple for number 1. But hey, it's okay. We're going to keep going back and getting more points with more questions. So let's get your next question on the board. Question number 2. Now, which U.S. state's name literally translates to snow-covered in English? So one of these states, its name is literally snow-covered when you translate it out of its original language. Is it Alaska, Colorado, Nevada, or Wyoming? Once again. Oh yeah, if you ever get a lag, try refreshing. That does fix it, but we've had issues. Yeah, sometimes the technology gets the best of us. Make sure you're on the Wi-Fi if you get on the Wi-Fi. Oh, he said not to? Okay, never mind. My bad. Only here. Gotcha. I meant at home. Yeah, sometimes it is what it is.
So many conditions.
Yeah, it's, there's always pluses and minuses of playing in studio. You never know. All right, y'all, let's see the answers that you guys thought this one might be. All right, for this one, we had 5 for Alaska, 1 for Colorado, and 3 for Nevada. Your correct answer. You might not think of it as a snowy state, but it's Nevada. Yes, Nevada was your correct answer that time. All right, so that was a little bit of a harder question. Let's keep going. Let's get question number 3 on the board. Now, what beloved fantasy television series features the character Jon Snow, played by actor Kit Harington? All right, your answers available are Game of Thrones, Outlander, The Witcher, and Vikings. Once again, what beloved fantasy television series features the character Jon Snow, played by actor Kit Harington? Is that Game of Thrones, Outlander, The Witcher, or Vikings? 10 more seconds to get those answers in.
Kit Harington.
I think it was Who's the Boss with Tony Danza.
Is that the new Matt Damon? Yeah, that was the one. The beloved fantasy series.
Matt Damon.
I would say the beloved fantasy series. Who's the Boss? All right, y'all. Let's get those answers. Let's see what you guys thought it was. All right, this time we had 90% of the answers for Game of Thrones, with 1 answer for Vikings. Your correct answer was, that's the Game of Thrones. Yes, Jon Snow. I'm told that he knows nothing. All right, let's get our next question on the board. Now, this one, we're looking for a continent. Here we go. Cited as vulnerable on the list of endangered species, the snow leopard is endemic to which continent? Meaning, where do you find them? Your answers available are, is that Africa, Asia, Australia, or South America? Once again, cited as vulnerable on the list of endangered species, the snow leopard is endemic to which continent? Is that Africa, Asia, Australia, or South America? All right, y'all. After this question, too, we're going to do a mid-round check-in and see how our points are. So you've got a few more seconds to tell me on what continent you would find the snow leopard: Africa, Asia, Australia, or South America. All right, let's see the answers y'all went with. All right, this time we had 1 each for both Africa and South America, but 8 for Asia. Your correct answer this time was Asia. Yes, Asia is the correct answer. All right, we got some people getting that one right in the studio. Way to go. All right. Now we're going to do another question, and after this question, we'll do our mid-round check-in and see how we're doing so far with our game.
Shout out Mitch Dodge.
Shout out Mitch Dodge. All right, we got a music question. European alternative band Snow Patrol scored their biggest selling hit in 2006 with the single Chasing Blank. Now fill in that blank with one of these words. Is it cars, pavements, stars, or waterfalls? Once again, European alternative band Snow Patrol scored their biggest selling hit in 2006 with a single chasing blank? Is that cars, pavements, stars, or waterfalls? All right, Sean, you got a few seconds left to get those answers in.
I think it's the dragon. Chasing the dragon.
That's pretty great. All right, y'all. Let's see what you guys went with. All right, we had one each for pavements, stars, and waterfalls. But your correct answer with 70% of the answers was chasing cars.
As long as it wasn't hepatitis B.
Yeah, that's definitely something you want to chase. All right, y'all. We got 5 answers in. Let's see our 5 questions standing so far. All right, so in first place, we got last week's winner, Real John. Real John in first place so far. We got Ed Jimenez. Welcome back, Ed, with I'm Just Here So I Won't Get Fined. Brandy San Diego so far in third place. We've got Red joining us. Welcome back, Red. Thank you for playing us. Welcome back, Brandy. And we've got Mitch Dodge in the house.
Shout out,
Brandy's
Mitch
playing too. Shout out to Brandy. Shout out to Mitch Dodge.
Shout out Brandy Dodge.
Shout out Brandy and Dodge. We got J Dog in the house. We got Turbo playing with us too.
Shout out Turbo.
Yeah. We got the Quicker Picker Upper.
That's me.
That's you. Hey, Bounty, the Quicker Picker Upper. I like it. And who do we
the
got?
Diddy party thing. I had to get rid of that.
It was. I think it was time. The as they say, the party was over. We got. Yeah. Thank you. We got Langdon J. I think. Yeah, Langdon J. Let me check on it over here. And oh yeah, that's right. Langdon J. Right there on the couch.
Dustin in the house.
And Cristiano playing with us. All right, so we've also got 5 rounds of trivia, so there's going to be all kinds of trivia coming your way, all kinds of questions, but let's keep going. Let's get into question number 6. All right, question number 6 goes like this. Whose 1959 rendition of the holiday classic Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow first entered the Billboard Hot 100 in 2018? So they released it in 59, but it hit the Hot 100 in 2018. Was it Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Tony Bennett, or Johnny Mathis? Once again, whose 1959 rendition of the holiday classic Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow first entered the Billboard Hot 100 in 2018? Was it Dean Martin, Sinatra, Bennett, or Mathis? 10 more seconds.
Yeah. Ooh, what's up, Cassandra?
Yeah, we had more friends joining us in the studio, so we got a full house in the studio today. All right, y'all. Let's see what you guys
Vanilla
went
Ice
with.
was going to be on there.
Right. Oh yeah, you know what? This is a round about snow, not ice. These are 2 legally distinct ideas.
See, my bad.
I'm
my
just
bad.
messing
Totally
around.
my bad.
All right, so we had 5 this time for Dean Martin, 4 for Frank Sinatra, 1 for Tony Bennett, and 1 for Johnny Mathis. Your correct answer this time is the Dean Martin. Yeah. I could have sworn it was Eminem. All right, y'all. That's what we got Mitch Dodge saying in the chat. All right, now for this one, we're doing another geography question. Containing the country's 5 highest peaks, where in the world is the Snowy Mountains mountain range? So these are the Snowy Mountains. Where in the world would you find the Snowy Mountains? Is that Australia, Chile, Norway, or Switzerland? Once again, containing the country's 5 highest peaks, where in the world is the Snowy Mountains mountain range? Australia, Chile, Norway, or Switzerland? And so again, these are also not just a mountain range in this country, but they're also the 5 highest peaks in this country, where it contains those peaks.
I don't know.
Yeah, they get a little bit harder the longer into the round we go. What?
Shit.
Uh-oh, do you have a fat finger situation, or you just regret
I
your...
figured it out after I answered another one that I wasn't sure of, So,
Mitch Dodge says, shout out whoever's in the studio. We got a lot of people in the studio, so yeah, shout outs to all of us.
Hey, I was wondering, Mitch, why do you keep shouting?
Yeah, why you gotta be so rude, dog?
Nah, just shout out Mitch Dodge.
Nah,
Shout
yeah.
out Mitch
I
Dodge.
love it. All right, let's see what you guys went with. All right, now this is our most even split so far. We had 3 for Australia, 3 for Chile, 1 for Norway, and 5 for Switzerland. Let's see what you guys thought it was. Or that's what you guys thought it was. Let's see what the correct answer was. It's actually Australia.
Hey! Sorry, Dustin got it right.
Dustin got that one right? Heck yeah. Yeah.
Shout out Landon J.
Shout out Langdon J. All right, y'all. So, yeah, sometimes You never know what these things are. We don't think of Australia as being a snowy place, but it definitely snows out there.
I thought it was going to be Switzerland, honestly. That's what I guessed.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Alps are there, right? And so the Alps, I think, are a bit taller than these range would be. All right, y'all. Let's get into question number 8. Now, for this one, we're talking about art. Which post-impressionist artist painted the 1888 piece Landscape with Snow? And if you're visual, you might be able to tell from this painting, is that George Seurat, Henry Rousseau, Paul Gauguin, or Vincent van Gogh?
Anthony Kiedis.
He paints, I heard. Once again, which post-impressionist artist painted the 1888 piece Landscape with Snow? Was it George Seurat, Henry Rousseau, Paul Gauguin, or Vincent van Gogh? You got a few seconds left to tell me. All right, answers are in. Let's see what you guys went with. All right, now almost a dead even split this time.
It's a nice split.
Yeah, we got 3 for Seurat, 4 for Rousseau, 2 for Gauguin, and 4 for Vincent van Gogh. Your correct answer was, that is, Van Gogh. Yeah, Van Gogh there. It's
Your mom.
just far enough out that you can't quite see his classic, like, brushwork. But yeah, we got your next question for you, question number 9.
Shut up, bitch dog.
Okay, now, we've talked about these guys a little bit. From their double album Stadium Arcadium, what band topped the Billboard Alternative Airplay chart in 2006 with the single Snow, Hey-O? Was that Incubus, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Audio Slave, or the Smashing Pumpkins? Once again, from their double album Stadium Arcadium, what band topped the Billboard Alternative Airplay charts in 2006 with the single Snow, Hey Yo? Incubus, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Audio Slave, or the Smashing Pumpkins?
Pro-K wants to know why there's no African-American bands represented.
Because they don't like the snow. I don't know, man.
I'm just kidding.
I don't just tell you. Let's see the answers you guys went with. No, actually, I think there might... Let me see my next question, because there was another one. All right, from their double album, which one released Snow, Hey-O? We had 3 for Incubus, 7 for the Chili Peppers. We had 2 for Audio Slave, and 1 for the Smashing Pumpkins. Your correct answer was... Yeah, that's the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah. When you said Anthony Kiedis right before, Anthony Kiedis, lead singer of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, I was like, oh, they have a song, and I had to stop myself because I forgot it was the next
That's
question.
why I was really quiet that round.
All right, y'all, let's kick off our last question for the round. Question number 10. Now, this was about a children's book. Author Ezra Jack Keats won a Caldecott Medal for his 1963 children's book, The Snowy Blank. So what was that word, the snowy blank? Answers available are day, night, road, and walk. Once again, author Ezra Jack Keats won a Caldecott Medal for his 1963 children's book, The Snowy Blank. Was that snowy day, snowy night, snowy road, or snowy walk?
Now there's a movie out where this chick builds like a snowman and he like comes to life. It's called like Hot Frosty.
I was about to say, like,
Yeah, dog.
you're describing Frosty up until you made Frosty
Pretty much,
hot.
Yeah, so like, and then it's like, so he's like, oh, let me chisel him out. She like chiseled him out of snow, and then he came to life.
Ricardo, is this an actual movie or is this your fanfic?
It's on Netflix, motherfucker.
Netflix.
right now. Hot
Very
Frosty.
cool. I'll have to investigate Hot Frosty.
I don't know why it's recommended in my stream for any reason.
Side note, going back to the thing, I almost had another question in this round about, I don't know if you guys remember that song, Informant by Snow. Informant, that one. It's an old hip hop song. I almost had a question about that, but there's a reason why I dropped it.
You mean Informer?
Informer, thank you, yes.
Yes, I know
Yeah,
that
yeah.
song.
So so that's released by Snow. What country is Snow from?
South Africa.
No, he's a reggae artist from Canada. So that was almost the question that I had.
I mean, South Africa's a pretty fair shot, though.
All right, y'all. Let's see what you guys went with for this round. All right. Oh, see, I need to reconnect my side over here. One moment. Sorry, guys. One sec. My laptop disconnected from our Wi-Fi, and I run everything through here. So give me just a sec.
up, dog? Earth Silent Bob. Hoard the Mountain Dew. Swear. We'd like to thank our sponsor, Soap. No specific brand, just soap in general. SOP. SOAP. Even better with the A. P. Snowy tentacles.
Yes, we're good now. Yep. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. I guess all that snow interfered with my connection and it kind of knocked out the rest of that game. So let's see. Yeah, thank you. Let's see what you guys went with. Holy crap. We had a dead even split. 3 answers for each one of those answers. Let's just get into it. Let's see what it was. The correct answer, that is the Snowy Day. Snowy Day. Croquet thought he had that. It's okay. It happens sometimes.
No way. Book.
F that book. All right. Well, let's see. Well, it won a cold cut, so I think it's pretty cool. All right, y'all.
In no way does it look like it's daytime in that picture at all.
Fair enough. With the street light right there, I think it definitely
Yeah, why
does.
is it? Yeah, what's up with that?
That's fair. Fair. All right, well, let's see our standing. Let's declare our winner and our snow globalist in third place with 628 points. Shout out Mitch Dodge.
Shout out Mitch.
Yeah,
Dodge.
third place for Mitch Dodge. Way to go. In second, right ahead of him, Brandy San Diego. Way to go, Brandy. And who's our first place player? I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Way to go, that person.
Yeah, way to go, Ed. Congratulations, Ed, getting 654 points. Now I'm going to bring up my rankings
Shout out Kenzo.
over here on my side so I can see who else we did. Way to go, Red. Red also got all 7 answers right. They were actually only 1 point behind Mitch Dodge. So third place was very competitive as well. Real John, 452 points for 5th place. Turbo, 434 points. Yeah, way to go, 6th place. Quicker Picker Upper, 359. Shout out J-Dog, getting 281 points. And Langdon, Cristiano right there to round out our top 10. All right, y'all. So that was our first round of trivia. And, you know, up to now, we've had, in the last few weeks, a bit of Thanksgiving trivia. But I have another round coming your way about something else. Well, this one's a little different, actually, because we're going to be talking about something what happens after Thanksgiving. So I call this next round...
You mean the bowel movements?
No. You know what? It might come up, but we'll find out. So no, there usually aren't any hints online or anything like that. I just like to keep it a secret till we get here. But let's get into this next round. And we're going to kick it off a little bit, and I like to say, be wary, trivia travelers, for after the day of thanks, there shall come a Black Friday.
I mean, that's racist.
No, it's not, because we're talking about the general idea of the Friday after Thanksgiving. Things all associated with the Friday and the biggest shopping day of the year. And we're kicking off that round of trivia in just under 7 minutes.
Cool.
Thank you, Ricardo. Yeah, we like all Fridays here. All right, y'all, we're kicking off in just a little bit. All right, y'all. We're kicking off some trivia about things adjacent to Black Friday in just a second. Anyone here like participate in the Black Friday sales? Like, yeah, like I'm always looking for the like video game stuff. That's always my jam. Ricardo, do you do Black Friday sales?
I like some Black Friday sales. I wish they would put the groceries on sale.
Right. Yeah, electronics. Like, anytime I can upgrade equipment for like any of my gigs and stuff like that. I'm always on the lookout for stuff like that. Like, I'm definitely looking at like a new laptop for like my weddings next year. I'm DJing and stuff like that.
Multi-head bidet.
You know what? I bet you could get a good deal on a bidet right now. Like, just wait till Friday, because that's when they're gonna need it. So yeah.
Ha ha ha.
That's fine. It's all good. It was a little bit of a creeper of a joke. So, yeah. So we got a whole round of trivia coming your way, all about Black Friday, kind of our official kickoff to the holiday shopping
I think
season.
it's called African American Friday.
I don't think it's called that. I do think that there's a reason. It might be involved
It's
in
an
this trivia.
accounting term.
It's an accounting term, yeah. No, actually, we don't. I don't believe that's one of the questions. But yeah, Jeff, do you want to explain why it's called Black Friday?
Yeah, so accountants usually back in the day would use a red pen if they were in the negative. And going up to the holiday season, a lot of retail places in the after-school season starts, it becomes a little bit of slow
It drops
retail.
off. Yeah.
Yeah. And so Friday after Thanksgiving is notoriously the first shopping day of the season. And you get, all of a sudden, you're running in black ink.
Yeah,
Because you're not using the red anymore.
You're getting out of the negative,
Getting
right?
out of the red, out of the negative.
So, hey guys, so we're gonna kick off our next round of trivia in just a second. We'll tell you a little bit more about it in just a moment.
Was it like a low bass hum I took out?
All right, so we're just doing a little bit of a reset. So yeah, we're kicking off our next round of trivia in just a minute and a half, and I get a chance to tell you what's on the line this time. This next round of trivia, well, whoever gets the most points this time will be the crusher of coupons. That's right, because
Nice.
Black Friday is all about making those sales, or saving those money, saving the money, getting the sales, making those deals. All of it goes down on Black Friday. If you get the most points in this round, you could join Ed as a winner. I'm just here so I don't get fined winning our last round, but maybe he'll get the next round too and get closer to becoming the Trivia Traveler once again. We've got, a whole round of trivia coming your way, all about things related to Black Friday. If you've got a favorite thing that you've acquired, just like you're like, yeah, I really got that deal, that Black Friday, or just like your favorite sale that you always look out for too, shout it out in the chat. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and like us, subscribe, share, all the good stuff. If you're following us on Twitch, make sure if you're not following us on Twitch, I should say, make sure you're following us there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leaving a comment. Too, we just started posting some fun reels or like YouTube shorts, and those are starting to float around. So if you see those are really fun. Share those on
some
social
of them are
media.
really crazy facts,
Yeah.
that we forgot that were cool, and they're, now out there as individual little clips.
A lot of times if I say like a fun fact, that's what we share, because that's really the fun thing to see later. Is like, oh yeah, we all learned something when we play trivia. All right, y'all, next round kicking off in just a second. This one's about Black Friday. Here comes our first question. Now for this question, I'm actually going to ask you to type in a word, and it's going to fill in the blank here. The party game Blank Against Humanity sold actual cow manure in special boxes for a Black Friday publicity stunt in 2014. Now when I open up the answers, you're going to type in a word. Those answers are open now. So go ahead and type in that word that fills in the blank. Once again, party game Blank Against Humanity sold actual cow manure in special boxes for a Black Friday publicity stunt in 2014. Once you type in that word, make sure you go ahead and hit submit, so that way you get a chance to get those points. You got 10 seconds left. All right, answers are in. Let's see what we said. All right, we had cards and cars. I think that was a typo, so I'll give that one to you. And crime or crimes against humanity. Your correct answer was cards. Yes, cards against humanity. Let me give this one. Yeah, there you go. All right, y'all. Now we got those answers in for that question. Let's get into our next question. Question number 2 for the round. And this rest of these will be multiple choice. Question number 2. Partly due to an abundance of improperly disposed food, Black Friday is one of the busiest days of the year for blank. Now you're going to see some professions. Whose job is harder on Black Friday? Is it electricians, plumbers, proctologists, or veterinarians? Once again, partly due to an abundance of improperly disposed food, Black Friday is one of the busiest days of the year for... Is that electricians, plumbers, proctologists, or veterinarians? All right, 10 more seconds. It's nothing big, I just... Sorry, y'all had a quick little studio mishap, but we're all good to go. Let's see what you guys went with for this answer. All right, for this one we had 1 each for proctologists and for veterinarians, but 8 for plumbers. Your correct answer this time was plumbers. Yes, it's also known as Brown Friday in the plumbing community, I found out. Yeah, so that's legit. Make life easier on your plumbers. Don't just flush things down the toilet that don't belong there. All right, y'all. Question number 3. On Black Friday in 2011, a woman in blank allegedly used pepper spray on other shoppers while trying to buy an Xbox 360. Now, we're looking for a U.S. state for this answer. Where did this happen? Was it Washington, California, Texas, or Florida? Once again, on Black Friday in 2011, a woman in blank allegedly used pepper spray on other shoppers while trying to buy an Xbox 360. Was that Washington, California, Texas, or Florida?
I don't know.
All right, your answers are in. Let's go over it. All right, so for this one, we had 3 for Texas and 7 for Florida. This feels like Texas and Florida behavior. Your correct answer was California. This actually happened here in California. I don't know about this incident in particular. What I can share is that this came out when my parents went out to go get this Xbox for me, and my mom got her hands on one at Costco, and someone ripped it out of her hands. But it was the Costco ones that had like the vacuum form, so it sliced her hands open. She got her hands on another one and like dove on it, just that like it was real out there in the streets for an Xbox 360 that year. So not surprised that somebody pulled out pepper spray. Just shout out, Mom. Thank you. Want to thank you for that Xbox 360. You didn't have to do that. All right, y'all. Question number 4. All right, here we go. Now, Ellen Davis of the National Retail Federation coined the term Blank Monday in 2005 to refer to the Monday after Black Friday. So fill in this blank with one of these words. Is it online, cyber, hacker, or slacker? yeah, what's the name for that Monday after Thanksgiving weekend? Ellen Davis of the National Retail Federation coined the term Blank Monday in 2005 to refer to the Monday after Black Friday. Was that online, cyber, hacker, or slacker? You got a few seconds left to tell me.
40% of all people know that.
All right, your answers are in. Let's see what you thought. All right, 100% of the answers for cyber, and that is 100% correct. All right, we'll do one more, and then we'll see where we stand so far in our Black Friday trivia. All right, now question number 5. What big box retailer dispatches members of the Geek Squad to help Black Friday shoppers having tech issues? All right, answers available this time are Radio Shack, Walmart, Target, and Best Buy. Once again, what big box retailer dispatches members of the Geek Squad to help Black Friday shoppers having tech issues? Radio Shack, Walmart, Target, or Best Buy? A few seconds left. All right, yeah. Mitch Dodge saying, fix it yourself, be a man. Yeah, fix it yourself if you can, but also, I'm not good with stuff like that. Let's see what you guys thought it was. Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in? Your correct answer was Best Buy. Yes, Best Buy was our correct answer. All right, 5 questions down. Let's see our mid-round standings. Hey, in first place so far, it's Jenny. Way to go, Jenny. And in second place, Brandy San Diego, right behind, just 3 points behind. Mitch Dodge right there too, and Red also coming in close and 4th place so far. So we got a lot of great points. It's very competitive. Only 12 points between 4th and 1st place right now, and then Real John right behind, 350. J Dog 323. Casserole jumping in. There they are. Yeah, Casserole jumping in. We got Ed, Turbo, and Melody rounding us out. So let's keep going. This is a competitive game, and you never know what's going to come up with these next 5 questions. More about Black Friday. Question number 6. If you prefer to support local retailers rather than big box stores, you would be shopping on blank or blank Saturday. I think it's just blank. We'll see what we have here for your answers. Is that Indie Sale Saturday, Small Business Saturday, Super Boutique Saturday, or Local Business Saturday? Once again, if you prefer to support local retailers rather than big box stores, you could do your shopping on blank Saturday. Is that Indie Sale, Small Business, Super Boutique, or Local Business? All right, answers are in. Let's go over them. All right, for this one we had 90% of the answers for small business and 1 for local business. Your correct answer this time, that is Small Business Saturday. Yes, Small Business Saturday. All right, question number 7. Now, what is the common term for the phenomenon in which retailers begin their holiday sales before Black Friday? So we're looking for the phenomenon of people who do this before Black Friday. What is it called? Is that holiday haunt, Christmas creep, Yuletide yeet, or winter wriggle? Once again, what is the common term for the phenomenon in which retailers begin their holiday sales before Black Friday? Holiday haunt, Christmas creep, Yuletide yeet, or winter wriggle? That was harder to say. All right, you got 10 more seconds.
Oh, that was way harsh, Ty.
Yeah, I didn't realize how hard winter wriggle was going to be to say until I was saying it. All right, answers in. All right, this time we got 3 for holiday hunt and 7 for Christmas creep. Excuse me, the wriggle's coming back. Your correct answer was, that's known as Christmas creep. Yeah, so if you always feel like Santa's starting to show up earlier and earlier, arriving before Halloween, that's the phenomenon of Christmas creep. All right, we got 3 more questions to go. Question number 8. Now, in 2001, sorry, let me make sure I have this right because it's a little funny on my screen. There we go. In 2001, former department store F.W. Woolworths changed its corporate name to blank. its highest performing retail outlet. So what did FW Woolworths become? Was that? Now I have those eyes up here for you. We've got Shoe Source, we have Payless, or Finish Line, Foot Locker, and I believe, what is the name of that last one? The image on my end is a little bit cropped. Journeys, thank you, yes. So Foot Locker, Finish Line, and Shoe Source. Which one was it? All right, so 2001, former department store FW Woolworths changed its corporate name to blank. Its highest performing retail outlet. Was it Shoe Source, Finish Line, Foot Locker, or Journeys? All right, answers in. Let's see what you guys thought it was. All right, we had 3 for Payless Shoe Source, 1 for Finish Line, and 6 for Foot Locker. Your correct answer this time was Foot Locker. Yes, Foot Locker, your correct answer that time.
No way!
All right, we got 2 more of these to go. 2 more questions coming your way. Now, what is the common term for flash sales offered to customers who arrive at stores in the early morning hours on Black Friday? Is that doorbusters, blockbusters, price busters, or dollar busters? Once again, what is the common term for flash sales offered to customers who arrive in stores in the early morning hours on Black Friday? Is that doorbusters, blockbusters, price busters, or dollar busters? You got a few more seconds to tell me, Buster. Fun fact, the correct answer was coined by the founder of JCPenney in 1949. Now, answers that you guys went with, 100% of the answers for doorbusters, that is 100% correct. All right, last question of the round is upon us. After this, we will declare our coupon crusher. Here comes question 10. Now, which of these modern department stores features their own forensics laboratory to help solve organized retail crime? Yes, one of these has a real forensics lab, and that's a science lab in a science lab, in case you guys didn't catch that for the GIF. But yeah, one of these retailers has their own forensics lab. Which one is it? Is it Costco, Target, Major, or Neiman Marcus? Once again, which of these modern department stores features their own forensics laboratory to help solve organized retail crime? Costco, Target, Major, or Neiman Marcus? All right, 10 more seconds. All right, answers are in. Let's see what you thought it was. All right, I thought this would be more challenging, and it was. We had 3 for Costco, 4 for Target, 1 for Major, and 2 for Neiman Marcus. Your correct answer was Target. Yeah, if you steal from Target, you're going to end up with a Target on your back. Target has several forensic laboratories that help solve organized retail crime in their stores, but they also farm out services to the FBI, ATF, and police headquarters. So, yeah, Target is trying to stay on top of it. All right, well, with all that said, let's go over our standings. Let's declare our top 3 and our crusher of coupons, our winner of our Black Friday round. All right, now in third place, it's Mitch Dodge. Way to go, Mitch Dodge. In third place, you keep doing that, you might win.
No way!
Hey, in second place this time, Red with 799 points. So it's competitive between Red and Mitch Dodge. And in first place, Brandy San Diego. You are the crusher of coupons. Way to go, Brandy San Diego. All right, so we had a great round for those players. We actually, a lot of our players getting, it looks like 9 or 8 correct answers, if not all of our correct answers. Let's dive deeper into the stats and rankings for that round. Yeah, most of our teams, or most of our players getting 7 to 8 answers. Jenny in third place, in fourth place with 667. Real John right behind, 645. Casserole in sixth place. J-Dog, Ed, everybody had at least over 300 points and got at least 5 of those answers correct. So a good round for everybody. Way to go. This was a good one. Well, I hope you guys liked that Black Friday round. And I've got another round coming up for you. Now, occasionally I have rounds in here about language and fun vocabulary. Well, I call this next round, Everyone's About to Feel a Lot Older. This one's about modern slang. So yeah, I've got a whole round of slang trivia coming your way. Some of it I think is fun, and some of it, well, it confounds me. We're all gonna go down this rabbit hole together. So here comes a round about modern slang, kicking off in under 7 minutes. All right, I'll tell you more about it in just a sec. Yeah, All right, so we're getting ready to kick off a round about slang in just a second. If you guys haven't already, shout out Media Killers. We did have one from Mitch Dodge in the chat there, and it was like, oh, well, yeah, that was a little while ago. But yeah, we're kicking off a whole round of trivia all about modern slang. Now, about you, I actually am a big fan of slang. I think it's kind of the measurement of how quickly language can change. And there's some that will sound really stupid and they kind of come across dumb and they don't last. And then there's stuff that sticks around, like, I don't know. I know people don't say bad anymore to mean like something's cool, but like every once in a while you'll hear somebody drop it and it's like, yeah, that stuck around. Cool is somehow one that stuck around. Sick, if you're a 90s kid. So some stuff, right, it's still, you know, it still sticks around. Like, so that's the part for me where it's like, it's never silly because every generation has their own slang, right? We just get annoyed when we stop understanding it, or at least that's my take. If you guys have a different take on slang, or if you have a favorite slang word, drop it in the chat because I always love learning that stuff. Yeah, Turbo, if you've got a favorite slang word too, feel free to let me know.
Tubular.
Tubular, yeah, if you're 80s dude. Tubular, radical. So radical or rad is one that like I like to say a lot to this day. It's like, oh man, that's rad. Like, that's freaking rad, man. So rad is one that sticks around for me. There was a time where I think slaps were like, yeah, slaps was taking off and getting a little hot. I think that one's okay. There's some in here that I do actually like using, and there's again some that I don't. So we'll go over it in a little bit. But yeah, we're kicking off a whole round about slang. It's a little bit more modern, not classic slang. So we're going to be learning some new words maybe together. Whoever has the most points at the end of this round, now it's one of my favorite newer modern expressions. Well, you're going to be the no cap captain. That's right, no cap captain. No cap is a slang expression meaning that you're not lying. So if you ever hear somebody say no cap, they're always saying, yo, I'm not lying. That's cool. Like, right? So no cap. I'm being honest with you. There's no detection of lie in anything I'm saying.
cap.
Yeah. So whoever wins this round will be the no cap captain. If you knew that one already, congratulations. You'll probably do pretty good in this round. If you didn't know that one, don't worry. You're always you're gonna more or less be doing a lot of multiple choice. So you'll always be able to try to pick it out. All right, y'all. We got our next round of trivia kicking off in just over 2 minutes. right, y'all. We got our next round of trivia kicking off in just a second. One more minute till this round of trivia, all about a little bit more modern slang. If you've been paying attention in modern pop culture, maybe you've picked up some of this. Again, maybe you think this is awesome, maybe you think it's really silly. But either way, we're going to be learning about some words together. Some modern slang coming your way. And after this round, we're actually going to do our check-in too and see who has the most points through our 3 rounds of trivia so far, because we're going to kind of be adding all your points, seeing who's going to be the closest to becoming that trivia traveler. I don't know why I said kind of, but we are going to be doing that. So we're going to be stacking up all your points and finding out who might be the trivia traveler, person with the most points across all of our rounds of trivia. Right now, I think our leaders are going to be Real John, Mitch Dodge, and Red. I think all had a lot of points so far, but Ed's got a lot of points, and you never know. Maybe these next 3 rounds of trivia, well, your rounds of trivia. All right, here comes our first question of the round. This one's going to be about modern slang. And here comes our first question. All right, now which of these spicy adjectives is often used to describe someone who's grouchy or upset? Is that peppery, salty, garlicky, or gingery? Once again, which of these spicy adjectives is often used to describe someone who's grouchy or upset? Is that peppery, salty, garlicky, or gingery? You've got about 10 more seconds to tell me.
Are those other ones like real things?
Well, there's one of them that's the real answer.
Right,
I
right.
think that's kind of, some of these are like, okay,
Yeah,
if
I
you've
can
heard
see
it. There's also question 1. Not going to come out with like the craziest question
Sure,
yet,
correct,
right?
yeah.
All right, let's see what you guys thought it was. All right, we had 1 for peppery and 8 for salty. Let's see your correct answer this time. It's salty. Yeah, why are you so salty, bro? The use of salty to describe an angry or grouchy person actually dates back to 1938. So maybe it's not as modern as I was saying, but it's not old-timey, and it did have a like second run not that long ago. Especially with internet troll like culture, salty got really popular again. All right, y'all, question number 2. Now, which modern slang term describes something excellent or impressive, most notably with regard to food? All right, so excellent or impressive, mostly in regard to food. Is it slammin', bussin', jammin', or sizzlin'? Once again, which modern slang term describes something excellent or impressive, most notably with regard to food? Is that slammin', bussin', jammin', or sizzlin'? So this one's a little bit more modern. All right, your answers are in. Let's see what you guys thought it was. All right, this time we had 7 for bussin' and 2 for slammin'. Your correct answer was it's bussin'. Yeah, bussin', your correct answer. Bussin'.
I do not know the appropriate way to use that.
I learned how this word was used today when I came to this round. So yeah, bussin' rose out of African American slang culture in the early 21st century, and while it can be used to describe anything that's particularly excellent or innovative, it most commonly is used to describe food. All right, we'll continue with question number 3. All right, now what flag color is commonly used on social media to describe a romantic partner's neutral or benign habits or character traits? So kind of like talking about like red flag or green flag. This is in that same realm. What color is it for like, the stuff that doesn't really matter? All right, so your answers available are tan, cream, beige, and khaki. So what flag color is commonly used on social media to describe a romantic partner's neutral or benign habits or character traits? Is that tan, a tan flag, cream flag, beige flag, or khaki flag? All right, y'all, you got a little bit more time to tell me.
40% of all people know that.
Yeah, they're gonna be a little bit tougher. Shout out Mitch Dodge. Media Killers had to take off for the night, but I always tell people it's not the times that you're not here, it's about the times you are. We appreciate them hanging out for as long as they did. All right, y'all. So let's go over your answers. Your correct answer this time. Let's see what you guys thought it was first. We had 1 for tan and 8 for beige. Your correct answer was Yeah, those are beige flags. Yeah, beige flags are cool. They're just kind of things you're indifferent to. It's like, yeah, this is something I do. Generally harmless. All right, y'all, let's get into question number 4. Now, which bathroom fixture features prominently in the popular Skibbity internet meme? Yeah, so this is one that I really don't understand. But which bathroom fixture features prominently in the popular Skibbity internet meme? Is that sink, tub, shower, or toilet? Once again, which bathroom fixture features prominently in the popular Skibbity internet meme? Is that sink, tub, shower, or toilet? All right, answers are in. And you know what? We'll go over it in a second, but this is actually, it's a very meta slang, and we'll talk about what that is in a sec. So your answers available, ones you went with, we had 1 for tub, and we had 8 for toilet. Your correct answer, that is Skibbity toilet. That's right, Skibbity toilet, your correct answer. Now, I had no idea what this was about, and so it's often cited as signaling a new wave of internet memes that are unique to Generation Alpha, because as I spend less time online, and a lot of my peers do as well, right? There's a whole, this continues, it keeps going, and so it's kind of like, okay, Skibbity toilet, this is a joke that's just for us, because the old heads aren't going to get it. Now you guys know that.
I guess so.
Yeah. All right, Sean, question number 5. Let's get into it. And something that impacts someone in a unique or special way is said to blank different. Is that hit, slap, punch, or smack? Once again, something that impacts someone in a unique or special way is said to blank different. Is that hit, slap, punch, or smack? Got a few seconds left. All right, now after this, we're going to do our mid-round check-in, see how we're doing with our slang round. Now, your answers that you guys went with. All right, we had 78% of the answers for hit. We had 2 for slap. Your correct answer. Now, I was talking about slap earlier, but it's not that this time. It hits different. Yeah. Now, this is actually one that I like to say quite often. It's like, oh, yeah, that...
yeah, it hits different,
It hits different. This is actually one I really enjoy. I know it's newer, but yeah, if something, food, music, clothes, literally anything impacts you in a unique or special manner, it is said to hit different. So it's like, oh, cool. Yeah, it's like, oh, you know, the ice cream that like you get after like so-and-so, whatever.
Yeah,
and then you're like,
different.
oh, but you know what? If you do that right after going like surfing, it hits different, right? Like it's that kind of thing. All right, let's get into it. Let's see our standings so far. That's the wrong button. There we go. All right, through 5 questions right now. Brandy San Diego, she might be the trivia traveler once again when this is all said and done. 451 points, but right behind it's J-Dog, 448, and there in third place again, it's Mitch Dodge. Now in fourth place so far, 438 for I'm Just Here So I Don't Get Fined. Jenny right behind, just 2 more points behind for 5th place. Red, Turbo, Casserole, and Real John rounding us out for this round. Yeah, now this has been this is a definitely a challenging round for some, and you maybe have to decode this whole second language, but it's okay. We got more trivia coming after this too. Let's get into question number 6. Question number 6. Now, which of these 1990s slang terms is most synonymous with the recently coined slang bet? That's another one I like to use. Now, bet, which one is it most similar to in this group? Is it crunk, dope, bounce, or whatevs? Once again, which of these 1990s slang terms is most synonymous with the recently coined slang bet? Is that crunk, dope, bounce, or whatevs? All right, you got a few seconds left to tell me.
Pretty good.
There's a chance that you might feel like the person in this picture. WTF does bet mean? Yeah, this is one that somebody had explained to me, but I was like, oh, okay, cool. I like that now. All right, let's go over your answers. All right, this time 7 for dope and 1 for bounce. Your correct answer this time is Dope. Yeah, bet is always kind of used as like a when someone tells you something and it's like, oh yeah, you better like bet. You can bet on it. That's dope. I like it. It's kind of a weird tangential. Let me see if I have a fun fact for this one. Bet is most commonly used as a statement of affirmation or excellence, similar to teens in the 90s using dope in place of okay or all right. So it's saying anytime someone says something, you're like, oh, that's dope.
Yeah, dope, man.
Yeah. I say dope a lot. That's another one of my favorites too. All right, y'all. Question number 7. All right, now someone or something sorry, I'll start that again. Someone or something that performed better than anybody else is said to have ate and left no blank. All right, so you ate and you left no blank. What does that end with? Is it plate, trace, crumbs, or doubt? Once again, someone or something that performed better than anybody else is said to have ate and left no blank. Is that plate, trace, crumbs, or doubt? All right, y'all. Oh, Mitch Dodge in the chat saying he uses hella dope. Yeah, hella dope is another fun one. I like that too. So yeah, let's see. What did you eat and do or have nothing left over? Was it no plate, no trace, no crumbs, no doubt? Your answers you guys went with. Oh, sorry, I hit the wrong tab. There we go. All right, 100% of the answers for crumbs. That is 100% correct. Yes, ate and left no crumbs. Ate and left no crumbs. All right, we're going to keep going. And your next question, number 8. Someone who successfully completes a goal or task is said to have understood the blank. What did you understand? Was that meaning, assignment, plan, or idea? Once again, someone who successfully completes a goal or task is said to have understood the blank. Is that understood the meaning, understood the assignment, understood the plan, or understood the idea? All right, you got about 10 more seconds. Mitch with a very thorough, like hella dope or hella, or just hella. Like, yeah, hella's a good one. I was under the impression that hella is a North California thing. Is that true, Mitch? Or do you have
I
some
thought
there?
it was too.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, if that's totally cool. Virginia had trouble getting in. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I'm glad you're here now.
She's here now.
Yeah, if you have had a chance, make sure you scan that QR code and you can join us. This round is definitely challenging for some, so let's see how you guys did. Did you understand? Well, did you understand this question? Let's see where we're at. All right. Now we had 100% of the answers for understood the assignment. That is also 100% correct. Yes, you understood the assignment by getting that one right. All right. Yeah, hella is a NorCal Sacktown thing, so that makes sense. Thank you for sharing that with us, Mitch Dodge. All right, question number 9. Now, which of these baked goods is now commonly used to refer to a well-shaped booty? Yes, I had to talk about it. All right, which one of these is referred to used to a well-shaped booty? Is that cake, cookie, muffin, or biscuit? Once again, which of these baked goods is now commonly used to refer to a well-shaped booty? Is that cake, cookie, muffin, or biscuit? All right, y'all, you got 15 seconds left.
40% of all people know that.
Alrighty. Shout out, Virginia. We want to say thank you again for joining us.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah. There he is. Say hey to Mom. All right. Well, now I feel embarrassed that she got here right in time for this question. All right. Let's see the answers you guys went with. All right. So we had 5 answers, 63% of the answers for cake. We had 2 for muffin and 1 for biscuit. Your correct answer, that is... You got cake. Yeah, you got cake if you got a booty. So well-shaped booty, also known as cake. All right, we're going to do one more question about modern slang, and then we're going to get to our next round. Now, embarrassing a person publicly on social media means to put them on, and for this one, you're actually going to type in your answers. So I'm going to open it up, and you're going to type in the answer for this one. So what are you putting them on? Answers are open. So embarrassing a person publicly on social media means to put them on blank. So what are you putting them on if you're embarrassing them on social media?
Pretty good.
All right, 5 seconds left. Get those answers in if you haven't already. All right, let's see what you guys thought it was. All right, 100% of our answers for that round were blast, and your correct answer, yeah, you're putting them on blast. All right, so let me see if I have a fun fact. Yeah, putting someone on blast means to publicly embarrass them and hold them accountable for their actions. All right, now we got those answers in. Let's see our standings through 10 questions. What are we going to call you? Well, we're going to call you the No Cap Captain. Yeah, No Cap Captain on the line. Now in third place, a lot of points, 888 points in third. Once again, it's Mitch Dodge. In second place, Jenny, 1 point ahead. Way to go, Jenny, squeaking by for second. And in first place, it's J-Dog. Way to go, Jenny and J-Dog. Hey, you guys know your slang. Now that's an impressive score. Way to go, J-Dog, 896 points. As well for Jenny and for Mitch Dodge. We had actually a few people get all of those answers correct and getting high scores, but these were the highest. Brandy in fourth. Actually, wait. Let me see. Is that 888 or 886? Did you tie? 2 points. A difference of 2 points. We're going to have a day where we have Mitch Dodge and Brandy here and J-Dog and Jenny because they're also a couple. And have them go head to head.
That's incredibly
right?
close.
So yeah, so it's like the couples doing well together, but also like, yeah, right there in front of each other. That's pretty rad. So yeah,
Yeah, right.
Very close round. I'm just here, so I got fine. Just under 800 points. Red 714. Turbo. So yeah, you had almost 700 points and still in seventh place. Way to go, Cassie. Way to go, Real John, for getting some points. Red lives on. That round was proof that I'm really old. Hey, you know what? Like I said, it was going to make everybody feel a little bit older. Some of that slang I think is fine, and it's the nature of language to change. You know, a lot of stuff when Shakespeare said it for the first time, that was when it became a word, right?
Racy, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, that's kind of the way I approach slang. But if you guys didn't like that, no worries. We got more rounds of trivia coming your way. This next round of trivia, too, we're going to strip down some of the choices. But before we do that, it's time to check in on our mid-round standings. We're going to see how people are doing so far through 3 rounds of trivia when it comes to those overall points. Yeah, Jenny getting in the chat. Way to go, Jenny, in second place. All right, so let's see our mid-round standings. I think we got a lot of points for a lot of people this time. And right now, in third place overall, it's Red. Way to go, Red. Yeah, I knew you were getting those points. 2,140 points for Red in third place so far. Mitch Dodge right ahead with 2,289. I believe this will be Brandy. Yes, Brandy San Diego in first place so far. 2,341 points. So, yeah, and that's a cool thing, too, right? You don't have to necessarily win the rounds or be, always winning the rounds to get first place. Brandy San Diego was our coupon crusher, and now she's in first place. We got Mitch Dodge, though, in second. He's been in third consistently, so he just needs one round to flip the script and get over there. And then we've got Red in third place. Right behind, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Right behind them, Jenny or J-Dog and Jenny, I should say, in that order. Who else do we have in our top 10? Oh, looking at the wrong standings. There we go. Turbo, you've got some hefty competition tonight.
I do. And
bringing their
it's
game.
I'm just not a pop culture-y kind of guy.
Yeah,
maybe.
so well, so fair enough. This next round, we're gonna kind of get out of some of the pop. Well, there'll still be some pop culture stuff. We're gonna break it down history-wise, and as I mentioned, this one we're gonna make it sort of a few less answers for you. There's only be 2 answers every time because I call this round, "What's the difference between the 70s and the 80s?" About 10 years. Yeah, so what's the difference? Yeah, that's a very silly joke. But this is a question around all about different decades of the 20th century. And every time, I'm just going to tell you about something that happened, and I'm going to give you 2 decades to choose from. You're just going to tell me which one of those 2 decades it happened in. There's going to be a slightly reduced timer, and I'll tell you more about it in about 2 minutes. We got our next round of trivia coming your way in under 7. All right, we got to come back on the microphone. We'll talk more about this round in a second. But yeah, Mitch Dodge, I just saw that notification too. Apparently, Blake Snell is going to be a Dodger, and it's just like, man, do those guys need everyone? Like, that sucks. I really like Blake Snell too. He's a guy that
He seems like a nice guy.
He seems like a nice. Well, it's like, you ever hear him talk? That is the most stoner sounding non-stoner I've ever heard. Like that dude's a trip. When they would do the whole like Padres like behind the scenes at like training camp segments, when he's like really tight with Eric Hosmer, and they were doing the whole is a sandwich a hot dog, or sorry, is a hot dog a sandwich, or is it its own thing? And he was like, no, I'm gonna say a hot dog's a hot dog, unless Hosmer said that a hot dog is a sandwich, because he's the smartest guy I know. So if Hosmer said a hot dog's a sandwich, and I say hot dog's a sandwich, and he's just like, you're a trippy dude. I like you. So it's going to be really hard to like root against that guy, but I'm going to figure it out because it's the Dodgers and I always root against the Dodgers. Yeah. But yeah, so with all that said, hey, they're not going to make it easy for us. We just got to have to beat the best teams. That's how it goes. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and the Dodgers are trying to buy the best. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on in MLB. What's going on over here is we got a whole round of trivia coming your way for a little bit of history buffs. This one is called What's the Difference Between the 70s and the 80s? About 10 years. Each time I read you a question, I'm going to have 2 decades to choose from. I'm going to read you a statement about something that actually happened. You just got to tell me which one of those 2 decades it actually happened in. Faster points, once again, mean faster answers. But this time, there's only a 25-second timer, so you're losing 5 seconds like the other rounds have. So you do need to get those answers in a little bit faster, because it means that also you're losing more points faster, right? So it will be a little bit trickier there. But there's only 2 options to choose from. I know that time travel is kind of like, if you really think about it, it's not like as fun of a thought experiment as it used to be. But I always like to do the whole like, okay, cool. What's the like decade that you'd want to hang out in?
80s, 70s.
Yeah, it's where I'm at too. 80s seems like it was just so cool, and it's like and for me being like an 80s movie buff, the best movies coming out. Like you have so many just iconic movies to look forward to, kind of thing. So that's me. 80s definitely one I would want to do. I don't really I grew up in the 90s, so I wouldn't really want to do that again. I'm kind of like, I saw it enough as a kid.
I think you need to look at 1995 once again on all the movies that came out in that one year.
Oh, the 90s was also a movie revolution. Like,
right.
From Terminator 2 in 91 to like Pulp Fiction, Forrest Gump, and Shawshank all came out in 94.
And Bring It On in 1999.
Yeah, it's like legitimately
culminated with the cheerleader competition movie.
I like Bring It On. It's a fun movie. So 90s, great movie, great decade for movies. Maybe we'll have the 90s as an answer here, because all of the decades you'll get to choose from do take place in the 20th century, which means the 1900s. So we're kicking off this round. Yeah.
That sounds so weird.
Right? Well, yeah. I think I came across a meme where somebody's saying it's like, oh yeah, they refer to the 90s now as the late 1900s, and it's like, no, they don't.
That's
who's
spooky.
they? The kids?
Who's
and then it's like,
they?
and it's like, I mean, it's part of that whole thing where it's like you realize like kids are graduating from high school now that only know about 9/11 from a history book, and it's like, yeah, we all live through time, and it's this weird phenomenon where we're just gonna be like, what do you mean this was formative in my life, and you just don't know what I'm talking about? Okay, you know what I mean? It's the nature of history to continue to go forward. So yeah. We've got 40 more seconds till we kick off this round of trivia all about history, all about different decades of the 1900s or the 20th century, however you'd like to say it. Again, I'm going to only give you 2 options. Faster answers means more points, and the most points at the end of this round, well, you'll be the 20th centurion. Yes, that is what's on the line. All right, y'all, your first question coming your way in just a second. And also, Mitch wanted to say the MLB needs a salary cap and floor 100%. You know what? I'm very much with you. I think it's just one of those things, like, it's the only sport that doesn't do it, right? We should have stuff in that place to, like, balance it out in some degree. I'm right there with you. Maybe that will be a future question. I know you got an MLB question coming your way, so maybe whenever they implement that, that'll be a future Trivia Tavern question. But now it's time for our first question. Now, the Berlin Wall fell in the late 1980s. But when was it built? The 50s or the 60s? All right, your answers are open. So again, only two answers, the 50s and the 60s available for you. The Berlin Wall fell in the late 1980s, but when was it built? The 50s or the 60s? All right, just about 10 seconds left. All right, answers are in. Let's see what you went with. All right, now that's a 50-50 split. We might have a lot of these this round. We had both four answers for 50s and 60s. Let's get into it. That happened in the 60s. Yeah, so the Berlin Wall was actually, I say only, it's a long time, but around for a little more than 20 years. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Your second question goes like this. Now, when did Congress ratify the 19th Amendment, which essentially granted women the right to vote? Yeah, we're talking about suffrage. All right, now, was that in the 20s or the 30s? So once again, when did Congress ratify the 19th Amendment, which essentially granted women the right to vote? Was that the 1920s or the 1930s? You've got a few seconds left to tell me.
Suffragette City.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite Bowie songs. That's like classic, like rock-infused David Bowie, right? Yeah, Suffragette City is a great one. All right, y'all, let's get those answers. Let's see what you guys went with. All right, this time we had 5 for 20s, 3 for 30s. Your correct answer was the 1920s. Yeah.
Some money and you don't even
So
know it.
remember, in the history of the United States, which is over 200 and plus years old, women only had the right to vote for about 100 of those. U.S. Congress ratified the 19th Amendment to the Constitution in August 1920, more than 40 years after it was first introduced, and they fought for it for 40 years, which is crazy. All right, y'all. Now, question number 3. Which decade witnessed the first ever successful human organ transplant? Was that the 50s or the 60s? Yeah, I'm going to use some of these pairs again. So did the first human organ transplant take place in the 50s or the 60s? You've got another 10 seconds to tell me. All right, answers in. Let's see what you guys thought it was. All right, this time big split. We had 88% for the 50s, 1 for the 60s. Your correct answer, it happened in the 50s. Yeah, Boston's Dr. Joseph Murray performed the first successful human organ transplant. It was a kidney in 1954. So yeah, pretty impressive that human organ transplants goes all the way back 70 years. All right, question number 4. Now, when did computer engineer Ray Tomlinson send the first email? All right, so modern tech coming into play. When did that first email go out? Was that in the 60s or the 70s? Yeah, maybe you didn't realize email was this old, but it's from one of those decades. Once again, when did computer engineer Ray Tomlinson send the first email? The 1960s or the 1970s? All right, we're gonna get those. Yeah, like I get those answers in just a second. Maybe you know it, maybe you don't, but we're gonna see what you thought it was. All right, let's see what we thought it was. Now, 100% of the answers this time for the 70s. That is 100% correct. Yes. While working at a Massachusetts technology company, Ray Tomlinson sent the first ever email between two computers in 1971. And so, do I blame him for spam mail? I'm not sure, but I get a lot of it. All right, we got our next question after this. We'll do our mid-round breakdown. Now, the last Major League Baseball team to do so, when they did, was the Chicago Cubs, when they finally installed lights in Wrigley Field. In what decade did this happen? So yeah, the Cubs were the last team to put in lights in their field. When did they do that? Was that the 70s or the 80s? Once again, the last Major League Baseball team to do so. When did the Chicago Cubs finally install lights in Wrigley Field? 1970s or 1980s? And in case you don't know this story, I won't give away when it happened. but I highly recommend 30 for 30 did a podcast all about putting the lights in Wrigley Field, because I don't know, Turbo, I'm sure you know, Wrigley Field, it's just in the middle of a neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like people didn't really want the whole ballpark experience of night games and people leaving the game drunk at 9 o'clock at night coming through their neighborhood. So they fought for a long time to not have lights at Wrigley. All right, now let's see your answers. This one, we had 3 for 70s and 5 for the 80s. Your correct answer, not until the 80s. Yeah, and I believe it was pretty much conditional that it, like, as the Cubs were getting really close to going to the World Series that year. In fact, the year that the Padres beat them in the National League championship game, that was kind of a big worry.
Personally, I think we got hosed on that call.
Well, yeah, the series didn't go our way, but there was a lot of fear that it was like, what happens if the Cubs make it to the World Series? And we got to have World Series games during the day. Like, so that was the thing that made it so, okay, cool. Or in the offseason that year, I believe, is what led to the Cubs having to put in those lights. Yeah. So actually, it was actually all the way in '88 when they actually finally first did it, but it was that whole movement of the '80s.
It's
yeah.
crazy,
Isn't that
man.
wild?
Yeah.
The most recent team to add lights installed there. Oh yeah, sorry. More than 40 years after the Detroit Tigers, which was the most recent team up to that point. So the Tigers had lights in their stadium a whole 40 years before the Cubs
Crazy.
put theirs in. Yeah, that's why it's just a very wild like thing when you think about what a ball game looks like. All right, let's go over our mid-round standing so far. All right, Real John in first place this time with 447 points. I knew you were a history buff, Real John. Way to go. We got 427 points for Mitch Dodge. And Turbo, there you go. You're rallying in third place,
Nice.
364. We got Red with 326. Brandy San Diego just behind, 325. And then rounding us out, I'm just here so I don't get fined, J-Dog and Jenny. Yeah, these ones are a little bit, they're kind of toss-ups if you don't know them, so maybe they're a little bit more challenging. But we also got some more fun rounds of trivia, more questions coming your way for this round. So let's get back into it. Question number 6. Now, when did South American country Uruguay host the first ever FIFA World Cup soccer tournament? So in what decade did the first FIFA World Cup tournament take place? Was that the 30s or the 40s? Once again, when did South American country Uruguay host the first ever FIFA World Cup soccer tournament? The 1930s or the 1940s? All right, answers are in. Let's see what you thought it was. All right, this time we had 3 for the 30s and 5 for the 40s. Your correct answer, it's the 30s. Yeah, the first World Cup happened in July of 1930.
That's really old.
Yeah, so that's the thing. That means in 6 years, we're going to have the 100-year anniversary of the World Cup.
Wow.
Yeah, so look forward to that. That would make it the 2030 World Cup. Will be the, I guess, 25th World Cup, though, because they do it every 4 years.
Right.
We'll have to
right,
look into
right.
that
Yeah,
part,
we'll figure
too,
that
right?
out.
Yeah.
We'll do the math later.
I'm sure we're going to get a lot of coverage on it. All right, y'all, let's continue. Question number 7. Now, when did Americans first hit the road on the newly constructed interstate highway system? So yeah, there's a map of our interstate highway system. When did that first roll out? Is that the 1940s or the 1950s? So yeah, when did Americans first hit the road on the newly constructed interstate highway system? The 1940s or the 1950s?
I'm afraid we need to use math.
Very true. You need to use math for this one. Fun fact, the president that introduced this was, now that time's run out, was Eisenhower. And I always like to say he's one of the most trivial...
I like Ike.
Yeah, well, he's also one of the most trivial presidents. There's just like a lot of random trivia, and he's almost always the answer. So if it ever comes up, who was the president that introduced the interstate? It's Eisenhower. All right, now let's see what you guys thought it was. Now we had 2 for the 40s, 6 for the 50s. Your correct answer was the 50s. Yes, the 1950s. In 1956. Yeah, I want to make sure the time ran out, because if you know when Eisenhower's presidency, that helps a little bit. All right, question number 8. Now, no, sorry, I have to read my question over here. My screen's a little funny on this side. All right. Did pioneering aviator Charles Lindbergh fly his Spirit of St. Louis across the Atlantic Oceans in the 1920s or the 1930s? All right. Now, we have a San Diego connection here. Was that the 20s or 30s? Once again, did pioneering aviator Charles Lindbergh fly his Spirit of St. Louis across the Atlantic Ocean in the 1920s or the 1930s? You got a few seconds left to tell me.
I think this is one that like surprises me too.
Yeah, well, we'll get into it in seconds. See, I think we had a good amount of people get this one. So yeah, it's a good split. We had 5 between the 20s and 3 for the 30s. Now, your correct answer this time was the 1920s. Yeah, right in the heart of the roaring 20s. Becoming an international celebrity overnight, aviator Charles Lindbergh completed the first ever transatlantic flight in May of 1927. His flight time was just over 33 hours.
Crazy.
That is the difference between flying then and flying now. Like, because you read that and it's like, oh, he became an international celebrity overnight. And because it's at a time when that, like, remember, we could
like
not
cars
fly.
were like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it like
the Model T was
the
10
Model
years
T
ago.
just dropped, and all of a sudden now we're flying. Like, in the history of time, we did not have these machines,
And
and
he couldn't
all
even
of a sudden,
see forward.
so it's just like it
He had
really
to look out at the side of the plane.
It really
like he stared
is-
right into nothing but gauges.
it's really just a testament to what we've accomplished. Not we, because I haven't done shit, but what we've accomplished as a species. So yeah, Charles Lindbergh coming up on almost 100 years of his transatlantic flight. All right, question number 9. In which decade did New York's Empire State Building begin its 40-year reign as the world's tallest building? All right, was that the 20s or the 30s? Yeah, once again, I'm using 20s and 30s. In which decade did New York's Empire State Building begin its 40-year reign as the world's tallest building? Was that the 1920s or the 1930s? All right, teams, answers in. All right, this time we had 3 for the 20s and 5 for the 30s. It was officially declared the tallest building in the 1930s. Yeah, because it was built, they had to keep adding on to it. But in 31, between March of 30 and 31 is when it got to the heights that made it the tallest building. All right, y'all. And it was there for 40 years. At the top of the list, I should say. All right, question number 10. Final question for this round. After that, we're going to declare our winner. Now, question number 10 goes like this. When did Nelson Mandela become the first democratically elected president of South Africa? Was that the 80s or the 90s? So once again, when did Nelson Mandela become the first democratically elected president of South Africa? Was that the 1980s or the 1990s? Oh yeah, the Mandela effect is a whole. It might maybe played into where you thought this happened based on if you were part of the Mandela effect. All right, let's see what you guys thought it was. All right, 100% of our answers for the 1990s. You guys all knew this one. It is the 1990s. Yeah, becoming president in 94 to 99 after being imprisoned from 62 to 1990. So yeah, way to go for Nelson Mandela. And of course, the Mandela effect is that internet phenomenon of there was the whole thing was Berenstain Bears, right? It's the whole thing of, wait a second, how is this news coming to light to me now? I know this is something else.
I thought he died in prison in the 60s.
Right, I think when he actually passed away, people were like, wait a second, I thought he died like 8 years ago or something like that. I remember seeing the funeral and all this thing. Mm-hmm. That's what the Mandela effect is, and it's named after Nelson Mandela. All right, y'all. Well, let's see our standings for this round. Let's declare our top 3 and find out who our 20th Centurion is. Here comes our top 3. All right, Turbo getting third place, 780 points. Way to go, Turbo. In second, 777 Lucky Sevens for Mitch Dodge. And in first place, it's Real John. Real John, you are a 20th century centurion. Way to go. And in fourth place,
money and you don't even know it.
Red getting over 650 points, 684 to be exact. We had Brandy San Diego, 594 points. And I'm just here so I won't get fined with 548. So yeah, getting some points in that round. Everybody has their strengths. Everybody has their rounds. We're going to continue with our final round of the game in just a second. Yeah, Mitch is saying I got to hit the Concito after that with 888 and 777. Hopefully it's not a trend, because next one would be 666, and I don't want you bringing that in here. Yeah, don't get 666. I'll change your score. I'll mess with it. All right, y'all. We got one more round of trivia coming your way. After that, we're going to declare our Trivia Traveler, but we also have one more of our fun titles to give away. And, you know, for this next round, I want to encourage you to look around. These answers might be lying around the house. I've got a whole round of trivia about everyday objects. Yeah, the things that you just walk by all the time. See how much you know about the regular everyday objects in your world. All right, we're starting this countdown. We got our next and final round of trivia kicking off in under 7 minutes. So if you haven't already, please make sure to like, subscribe, follow, all the good stuff. Leave a comment if you're enjoying the show and having a good time. And if you want to get yourself a drink, now's the next time to do that, because we got one more round of trivia kicking off in just over 6 minutes.
Fun will now commence.
All right, y'all. We're getting ready to kick off our last and final round of trivia, and I titled it, we got the broom up there. Look around. These answers might be lying around the house. That's because it's all trivia about things that you know, are part of our everyday lives. They become commonplace, and, you know, some of them have kind of fascinating backgrounds, origins, things around those natures. So we're going to be talking about different, some of them things you're going to know, and some of them you're going to be learning some interesting stuff about the things around your house. Whoever wins the round, well, we're going to call you. I want to be inclusive, make sure everybody feels like they can win the title. So it'll be the person of the house, right? Feel free to call yourself, man, woman, person of the house, however you want to do it. But yeah, person of the house is on the line because you know your house inside and out. And trust me, there's some odd and interesting questions in this round. At the end of this round, whoever has the most points, they're going to be winning that title. And we do have a competitive game. I'm going to take a look and just keep it a secret to myself and see where our total standings are so far. Because, yeah, I know we got a really close game at the top. It really can come down to this final round. So it's going to be all on the line. If you do great, there's a chance you might be in first place. You've been doing pretty well so far. So let's keep going with another round of trivia. Also, sorry, I got a little bit of hiccup there. Also, in case you haven't caught it, we're not going to do our regular break at the beginning of the month. Yeah, well, I almost forgot to mention this. But we will be back here next week with another round of Trivia Tavern, another 5 rounds of Trivia Tavern, and another episode. Because this year, right, our holidays take place Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. Those are both on Tuesdays. So we're not going to have Trivia Tavern. We're going to be doing stuff with our families. So
we're going to double it up.
Yeah, so we're going to go all the way through to the holidays. Well, then we'll have a little break and then kick things off at the beginning of the year. All that to say means tune in next week because I'll have more trivia for you here at the Trivia Tavern. All right, y'all. Last round of the game. If you haven't already, yes, sir. If you haven't already, make sure you do scan that code. Get into the room. Get ready for 4 answers for most of these. I don't believe we have any type in or any type of those answers. So I believe these are all multiple choice. As we get ready for this round of trivia, faster answers means more points. And we're ready to kick things off in 5 seconds. All right, here comes our first question of the round. Now, what company manufactures the single-serve K-Cup coffee system? Is that Kellogg's, Kenmore, Keurig, or Kmart? A lot of K's there. You might get too eager. Once again, what company manufactures the single-serve K-Cup coffee system? Kellogg's, Kenmore, Keurig, or Kmart? All right, tell me who's responsible for that K-Cup system. You've got 10 seconds left. All right, answers are in. Let's see what you went with. All right, for this one, you had 1 for Kellogg's, 7 for Keurig. Your correct answer was... that is the Keurig coffee maker. Yeah, I love... they're super bad for the environment, but I do love me and my Keurig. It's like, oh, cool, I can just make 1 cup of coffee. This is amazing. All right, y'all. That's why you get the one that you can put your own...
Always reminds me of that... Futurama episode where he's making the Oreos and each piece comes together
in its own packaging.
He uses it in a machine and then it comes together and then he just takes
it apart, licks it, and then throws the other half away.
And then disposes.
Yeah, no, that's how I feel every time I make myself a cup of coffee with that. You can get, your own coffee beans and grind them up and get one of those replaceable. So
and you can just stick them in the thing. It's way easier than you think.
For sure. All right, y'all. Question number 2. Now, when introduced in 1947, how much did the first available commercial-grade microwave approximately cost? How much was the microwave when it first hit the scene? Was it $100, $500, $1,000, or $5,000? So once again, when introduced in 1947, how much did the first available commercial-grade microwave approximately cost? $100, $500, $1,000, or $5,000. All right, we got 10 seconds left for those answers.
Is this adjusted for inflation or no?
I don't know. This is the actual price tag that when they hit the markets,
when it's on the advertisement.
This was this was how much it cost to go to the store and buy a microwave. All right, so we had a good split, 3 each for $105,000, with 1 each for $500 and $1,000. Your correct answer was $5,000.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's $5,000 in 1947 money. This is one of those things that you have to remember. Technology is expensive when it's new, right? Like now you can get like a speaker and it's going to be like a top line speaker for way cheaper because the guts are all so
This
similar.
microwave here
Yeah.
is as old as the studio, which is 14 years old. So it's
It's been trucking, right?
trucking the whole time.
And it's the thing is like, and now if you need to get a microwave, you're not going to spend more than $200.
I don't think I spent more than 50 for that.
Yeah, I mean that's like you got that's a $200 a nice microwave. And it's this thing. This was unheard of technology at the time. All right, let's get our next question up there on the board for you. Oh, sorry, there we go. All right, question number 3. Now, when baking, how many cups are in a single quart? I had to ask you a question about measurements. Let's see. Is it 2, 4, 8,
I
or
don't
16?
know.
Yeah, hey, this is one of those things where it's like, baking has existed as long as I have, and I cannot tell you some of these things. I work in a donut shop, and I can't tell you this off the top of my head. So it's just to mess with you. When baking, how many cups are in a single quart? Is it 2 cups, 4 cups, 8 cups, or 16 cups? All right, we're going to see your answers right now. All right, we had 1 for 2 cups. We had 6 answers for 4 cups and 1 for 16 cups. Your correct answer is 4 cups. Yes, 4 cups. It's 4 quarts to a gallon, or if you're doing liquids, and then 4 cups to a quart. Additionally, a quart can also be 2 pints, 4 cups, or 32 ounces. So if that helps you out for later, that's the breakdown. All right, y'all, let's get into our next question. Question number 4. Now, for this one, we're filling in that blank with a word from our multiple choice. The Colgate Blank Company is partially named after which popular soap that they created? Is it Palmolive, Dawn, Gain, or Ajax? Once again, the Colgate Blank Company is partially named after which popular soap that they created? Is that Palmolive, Dawn, Gain, or Ajax? Oh, that's cool. Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's see what you guys thought it was. All right, so we had 6 for Palmolive, 1 for Dawn, 1 for Gain. Your correct answer this time, it's Palmolive. Yes, Palmolive was your correct answer. All right, we'll do one more. Then we're going to do that mid-round check-in and see how things are going. Question number 5. Now, this one is another practical cooking application one. What's the purpose of the single hole in the middle of a pasta spoon? Yeah, that hole serves a purpose. What is it? Is that to help drain water? Is that for hanging the spoon? Does that help stir cooking pasta? Or does that measure dry pasta? So once again, what is the purpose of the single hole in the middle of a pasta spoon? Does that help drain water? Is that for hanging the spoon? Is that for helping to stir cooking pasta? Or does that measure dry pasta? If you can tell me what that hole in the center of the pasta spoon's for is, you're going to get those points. All right, we're going to check in now and see your answers. Yeah, this was a fun one. All right, so we had 1 for each, helping for draining water, and the other for hanging the spoon, but 6 answers for measuring the pasta, and that is correct. Yeah, you can put your dry spaghetti noodles in there. The whole
portion.
It's 1 portion. Yes, the hole in the middle of the spoon is measured dry pasta. Whatever amount of dry pasta, such as spaghetti, fits into the hole is equal to a single serving. All right, there you are for that question. Now, let's see our mid-round standings so far. All right, so it looks like Red knows things around the house the best so far, but Brandy, San Diego, and Mitch Dodge right behind. They are all in contention for the Trivia Traveler tonight. So we'll see which one of them is going to win.
Mom rounding out the bottom. That's okay. She just joined. That's fine.
Hey,
Answer
yeah.
when
Thank you.
can.
Thank you for joining us, Jenny. I hope you're enjoying the questions. Yeah, we've got Real John in 4th place so far. Jenny right behind. Just a difference of 40 points. Turbo there. J-Dog. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
This is a little bit more challenging if maybe you haven't experienced. I told you, some of these things around the house, they got unique origins and they serve interesting functions. Let's continue with our final 5 questions. All right, question number 6. Now, this, I don't know if you know this, but when you get a loaf of bread at the grocery store, the different ties mean the different days of the week that they were baked on. So, if a loaf of bread has a green...
way.
Yeah. That's how you can know how fresh your bread is. If a loaf of bread has a green tie, what day of the week was it baked? Answers: Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, or
blowing my mind
Saturday.
here, dude.
Yeah, this is actually a really fun fact. So if what I never knew this until like I came across it in a podcast. But yeah, it's legitimately the color of all of these correspond to different days of the week. So if you go into the grocery store and you see the yellow, the green, the white, the blue, all those tags, all of them are in reference to which day of the week the bread was baked on. So, what day of the week was it if it was a green tie? Let's see what you guys went with. 100% of the answers for Tuesday. You guys picked up on this, the green tie, the green answer. It is Tuesday. It's Tuesday today. And so it's a full circle question. Way to go. You guys all figured out. So now if you guys are ever getting your bread right before Trivia Tavern, make sure you get the one with the green tie. All right, y'all. Question number 7. What NFL team plays its home games in Gillette Stadium, named for the American Razor Blade Company? So, which team plays at Gillette? Is that the New England Patriots, the Cleveland Browns, the Detroit Lions, or the Denver Broncos? Once again, what NFL team plays its home games in Gillette Stadium, named for the American Razor Blade Company? Is that the New England Patriots, Cleveland Browns, Detroit Lions, or Denver Broncos? Yeah, that is definitely still a mind-blowing answer for the bread thing. All right, answers are in. Let's go over them. All right, this time we had 1 each for Browns and Lions and 6 for the New England Patriots. Your correct answer is the New England Patriots. Yes, the Patriots, your correct answer that time. All right, we have just 3 more questions to go. Let's see who gets our number 1 place. Now, how many inches wide is a standard king size mattress? Yeah, I've never really known what the designations are between king, California king, queen. We're about to find out how wide a king size mattress is. Is that 65 inches, 70 inches, 76 inches, or 80 inches? Once again, how many inches wide is a standard king size mattress? 65, 70, 76, or 80 inches? All right, you got 15 seconds to tell me how many inches wide a king size mattress is. Now, this is definitely a more challenging question because this is, I mean, I guess you can start to try to think like, okay, if I'm this tall and I've laid across one, maybe I know how it is, but that's best guess scenario. Let's see what you guys thought. All right. Now we had 6 for 76, 2 for our 80 answer. Your correct answer, it is 76 inches. Yeah, so just over 6 feet tall. I believe that's 6'4". A 6'4" person, if they're laying across a king size bed, they're going end to end of that.
Very interesting.
Yeah. All right. Now we got 2 more questions to go. Question number 9. Now, if you've ever looked at like the tags on your clothes, they've got all these symbols to let you know how to actually wash it. This is one of those symbols. Good. Yeah. What should you not do to an article of clothing if this symbol appears on its laundry care tag? And is it tumble dry, wash, bleach, or dry clean? So the symbol circle with the X through it.
Danny, this is a really good round.
Thank you. I really like this stuff. So what should you not do to an article of clothing if this symbol appears on its laundry care tag? Is it tumble dry, wash, bleach, or dry clean? Hey, you know, everything's trivial. I always say that everything's trivial, and that includes a lot of stuff that's just lying around our house. We don't actually know how we're supposed to like interact with it sometimes. So if you see this symbol, you're not supposed to do one of those things. Which one was it? All right, we had a big split. 2 for tumble dry, 1 for wash, 2 for bleach, and 3 for dry clean. If you see this symbol, Do not dry clean it. Yes, that is a symbol for do not dry clean. A circle with an X through it. Let me see. I do think I have something fun here.
What's the tumble dry one?
The tumble dry one. I think the tumble.
It's a triangle.
I think it's a triangle. Yeah. So
Yeah,
So
it's
that's
the
the-
same thing, but a triangle.
next time you're looking at your clothing, right? You'll see these symbols. There's a whole bunch of them. You can look it up, and it gives you a better idea of how you should actually wash your clothes. That way, it lasts you as long as possible. All right, y'all. Your final question of the round is coming your way, and after that, we'll declare our winner for this round, our person of the house, and our trivia traveler. All right, now for this one, we're looking for the name of a product. Which of these popular American cleaning product brands is sold under the name Flash in the United Kingdom and Ireland? Is it Lysol, Dawn, Clorox, or Mr. Clean? Once again, which of these popular American cleaning product brands is sold under the name Flash in the United Kingdom and Ireland? Is it Lysol, Dawn, Clorox, or Mr. Clean? So yeah, in that bottle, we would call that one of these brands, but in the United Kingdom and Ireland, they call it Flash. Can you identify which one it is? All right, here come our answers. All right, this time we had 3 for Lysol, 1 for Dawn, and 4 for Mr. Clean. What's it called here in the States? That's Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Yes, Mr. Clean is known by Flash. Yeah, Flash does not feature the iconic Mr. Clean on its mascot as mascot or
From The
packaging.
Simpsons?
What's that?
Mr. Sparkle.
Oh,
from The
Mr. Sparkle. Yeah. So this is actually a big thing too. It's like so much of like marketing just does not translate overseas in other markets. So then they have either new names or new branding, right? So like the best I can remember is Mitch Hedberg has a joke about they don't have Smokey the Bear in the UK. They got Smacky the Frog. And he was like, I don't think, like, if a bear told me to put out a fire, I'd listen to a bear. If a frog came and told me to put out a fire, I'd just, like, try to put it in a jar and take it home. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, but it's just, we just experience culture differently. So, yeah.
It is.
Flash is what they call Mr. Clean in the UK and Ireland. All right, we did it. We got here. We got through 10 questions. It's time to find out our top 3 and our person of the house for this round about household objects. Real John, 840 points. Real John might have a shot too. Let's see, Mitch Dodge, 871. Mitch Dodge getting a lot of points. And in first place, it's Brandy San Diego, 891. I think we're going to have an incredibly close game between the two of them. Mitch Dodge and Brandy San Diego have been stacking up points all night. But Red with 830 points right behind them. So we got a really competitive game here
20
at
points
top.
difference between Brandy and Mitch.
Yeah. So and then Jenny with 609 points. Almost nice with 609 points. We had Turbo there, 348. I'm just here so I can find J-Dog. Way to go, y'all. I hope you guys had a good time with that round of trivia. I like learning stuff like that with you guys, and I think some of you guys learned some very important household things. All right. Well, with that said,
This is the moment everybody's waiting for.
yeah, let's get into it. Let's find out our top 3 overall through the night. All right, we added up all those points, and in third place, it's Red. Way to go, Red. 3,654 points. Who's in second? Brandy San Diego, 3,826. I knew it was close. And in first place, it's Mitch Dodge, 3,937. Less than 100. No, 111 points.
Wow.
So that's just a couple questions.
That's
Way
like
to
a
go, Mitch Dodge.
question, or maybe even like timing, even.
Yeah, just a little bit of timing, a little bit of, let's see, we're going to go over it because we have all of the numbers and stats right here. So the difference looks like 2 questions. Mitch Dodge had 45 correct answers out of all 50 questions tonight. So this is also very impressive.
Wow.
Only missing,
I haven't even seen that.
That's an average of missing only 1 question per round, right? So in every round, that's how consistently he was getting his points. That's a big part of it.
He's getting 90% each round on
Yeah.
average. Yeah.
Brandy San Diego right there behind. She got 43 out of 50. So the 2 question difference, the 100 points per question.
I'm a nice
So it's
barometer.
about
Where was I?
it is
What
really
am I?
just
I'm
2.
at 38.
Let's see. Yeah, Turbo, you had 30 out of 50. and that's 2,640
Yeah, and I'm running the
points.
show.
Yeah,
I got pressing buttons and letting
So-
people in the door. And
absolutely. There's a lot of stuff going on back here that we're taking care of. Yeah, so above the whole, let's see, I believe 30 out of 50 is 60%. So all the players that got above 60% of our answers correct, we had I'm just here so I don't get fined. 33 out of 50, 28.59 for the points. Only another 140 points ahead, and only one correct answer ahead was Real John for 4th place with 3,002 points. And then that was where the big jump was, because everyone in our top 3 had at least 41 correct out of 50. So that is a very impressive
40
amount.
is
Yeah.
you got to get. You can only miss.
That's an average of 2,
per
and then there's like
question.
one
Wow.
round where you only got 7, right?
Wow, yeah.
So very good for all of our players in our top
Real
4.
nice, guys. Real nice. Good
Yeah,
performance.
way to go, y'all. Great game. And then too, like we had a round where it's like Real John, he knows a lot of trivia. I know the slang round wasn't his round, and then Jenny and J Dog, right? Because they were the top of our charts for that round, right? So because I didn't even say it earlier, but J Dog was our slang round winner, because we ended up noticing like
Welcome,
Jenny-
Adriana.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Welcome, Adriana. Thank you for joining us and hanging out with us here at the end of Trivia Tavern, or just whenever you got in. We appreciate you guys checking us out. Because even if you're not playing along, if you watch this later, we appreciate you hanging out and learning some fun trivia with us, right?
Yeah, they can study.
Totally. And additionally, too, like if you're on the YouTube channel, we just started cutting up some of the episodes. So if you missed the episode, you can check it out in YouTube Shorts, which are just like nice little
It's
nice little highlights.
Cool little snippets.
insights, just fun trivia facts, things that we learned about some of the things along the way. Thank you, Real John, for playing with us. As always, thank you, Mitch Dodge. Shout out Mitch Dodge, because he's shouting out the Trivia Tavern. Yeah, guys, I love doing this, and I hope you guys enjoy hanging out and playing trivia with me. Let's see.
Danny, thank you once again. We can't do it without you as the trivia master.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Like I said, it's one of my favorite things on the earth to do. Let's see. Red saying 41 out of 50 or 82% is a B- in my world. So it looks like I need to study up. But no, Red, you kick butt, man. So like, congratulations. Like that was an awesome performance. Anytime you're playing trivia, if you're getting 40% or not 40%. 40 out of 50 questions and that like 80 to like 75%.
That's pretty good.
That's really impressive, right? Like think about the Jeopardy model. When you watch Jeopardy at home, you probably only get like what they do 50 questions.
I'd say like 1 or 2 a column, maybe.
I think they do about 50 questions, right? Yeah, they do 50 questions plus Final Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Right? So think about that, right? If you did 75% on Jeopardy, that's a great job of playing Jeopardy. That's the way to approach it. So it's like, it's all about the stuff. Like, you got to work the angle, the things take advantage and get those points. With all that said,
Hell yeah.
it is time. Oh, wait. Mitchell, is that true? Is that really happening? Because I want that to happen so bad. So if he's breaking news, Sasaki going to the Padres, that is a get for us Padres fans. We've got a reason to celebrate.
I'm checking Twitter.
Yeah, we got to find out. We can't leave until we know this. This is for our Padres fans. I want him. Oh, fun fact, while we're here, Mitch Dodge, you'll get a kick out of this, and any Padres fans. Recently, I got to DJ for you, Darvish. Kind of. I can't give away any details. He just is trying to be part of the community, and I don't want to... Oh, thank you for letting us know. So far, it looks like it's rumors, but that is who I want us to get.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any comment.
Cool. So hopefully it'll happen, though. Yeah, Yu's super cool. He's been starting to get plugged in the community. I happen to DJ... a place where his wife works out, and so turns out he just was kind of like hanging out one day, and it was like, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that dude in the corner is over there.
Huge Darvish,
man. He is, because it's pretty easy to spot him because he's over 6'2", right? Yeah, he's a tall dude. Man. If I can get him on the stream, I'll just be asking him a question. About like Japanese
have him come
baseball.
Sit down. I'm sure he lives down here.
Right.
Just have him come sit down with his translator and everybody.
But and so I'm hoping that you is the reason why Sasaki comes too, because I know that that's something that Sasaki wants to do. Anyways,
let's do
enough baseball talk. Thank you guys as always for hanging out and playing with us. That's going to do it for us here at the Trivia Tavern. We will be back next Tuesday with more trivia coming your way at 7 o'clock. So as always, I leave you with my favorite fun fact. You have Wondle plus Wondle. That equals Toodles. Until next time.